Oh, cool. I can hear you now
Oh, yeah,
on
perfect.
the earbuds. Yeah, Magali, cool. Welcome.
Cool.
And sorry. Yeah, they're my friend Magali. Shout out to Magali and her husband, newlyweds as well. And also, she happens to also be a big fan of paranormal stuff too.
Nice.
And yeah, bro. So I mean, it's I'm gonna try to figure out where we're gonna go on the next one.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
definitely, definitely.
Um, I am gonna get a new camera. I am
Yeah,
gonna get a new camera, definitely. There's one that they do sell like on ghoststop.com where I get all my shit
yeah,
from. And there was one, it's a little pricey, but you know what? If I'm gonna continue doing stuff like this, I should get a much better one now. I
yeah,
think I'm there.
yeah.
I think I'm there. I think I'm ready to like maybe step it up a little bit more
Hmm.
on quality.
Yeah.
I think because I was just starting out and I thought maybe I wasn't so
Mm,
confident, but
mm.
now that we're getting like good shit, but it's like, crappy quality, but yeah, but it's more real.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a problem with that at all. Just like, humble beginnings, so taking a
Yeah.
step up and getting more like authentic gear or like credible gear to use out there will be a big help and stuff. Because I haven't
Yeah.
used like a recorder, something like your recorder in a while. So like getting zoomed in
Yeah.
and zoomed out was like a blast from the past for me
Yeah.
because I had the same type of camera too. But I was like, man, this thing's old. But when you said it
Yeah.
was for like it
No, no,
captures
no.
the sounds more efficiently than
Yeah.
what high tech ones, which
Yeah.
could have like blurred it out. I was like, oh, that makes more sense now. But like
Yeah.
but if you find something on that ghost hunting website, like I'm pretty sure they're specialized to capture like more
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, just
Right.
just do your research, and see what you can find.
Yeah, they only sell one camera. So that's just the only one. But that's
Okay.
the one that I think I'm gonna have to get. I think that's the same camera that Twin Paranormal uses. I don't know if you've
Mm,
seen their channel, but they use one. It's got like a good light on top,
yeah.
and it looks like it has a pretty good microphone
Mm,
attachment. So I think that's probably one
yeah.
I'll look into.
Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta be fair too on the prices. Like what do I really need it? I mean, I'm not making money off of this at all.
Yeah.
So it's more like just a hobby.
Mm.
To like find out and just I don't know, maybe get a little bit of an adrenaline rush, and
I
especially
mean,
now that we're getting
yeah.
older. It's like you're kind of more at home, but it's like what, a little adrenaline don't hurt here and there.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought maybe ghost hunting would be a good one to kind of keep like feeling young.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel it, man. But yeah, no,
right.
yeah, I think it's always fun. But
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure you can do like a paid for the equipment as well, so it shouldn't be too
Yeah.
much for
Oh yeah.
too much
Right.
of a like hit to the wallet. But yeah,
Yeah. No,
let's see.
dude. Yeah. So have you checked out the video yourself already? I'm like, have you seen it?
No, not yet. I'm still
Okay.
actually probably like after this, or depending on what, because I just
Yeah.
got a couple of things I need to do.
No,
But
it's
definitely this week I was gonna check
cool.
it
No,
out.
whatever.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But no, dude, but
Yeah.
like today, dude, like at work, I had the
Yeah.
most paranormal like activity because
Uh-huh.
like at our job, I guess like the owner of the company was I guess using the restroom and stuff.
Okay.
Because when I was inside the restroom, like normally there's two stalls, and normally I could like hear like someone that's like in there and stuff. But the toilet went off, and the door that was locked
Yeah.
opened by itself. And the corner of my eye, I always like check my surroundings and stuff. I see the door open on its own,
Shut
but
up.
no one comes out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe I missed them, but I have pretty good hearing to like where like I can at least hear a footstep, no matter how quiet they were. But there was no footsteps, and the door was wide, the stall door was wide open, and I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? And then like when you leave the restroom, there's like a guy out
Yeah.
front, and like yeah, there's a guy out front, like at the front desk, and I asked him like, yo, man, did you see anyone that came in before or after me? And he was like, no,
Yeah.
you're the only one who went in there. And I was like, bro, there's a fucking ghost in there because no way a stall could like open on its own and like the toilet flush on its own. And on top of
Yeah.
that, like I felt like a temperature change, like
Yeah.
not drastically, but I was like, it
Yeah.
was colder than
No.
what it could have been. So I was like,
Yeah.
yo, there's something weird here.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but the coworker was like, oh, that's probably like the owner of the company still walking around and shit. And I'm
Oh
like,
shit.
dude, needs to get a hobby because this is. I was a little bit freaked out. Like, yeah, this is fucking crazy.
So damn, that's crazy. So, but nothing's happened to you. Like,
Nah,
in your place? Nothing. Okay,
not to me
that's good.
personally, but yeah,
Nothing.
but I do
Okay.
hear like footsteps and stuff here and there. Like not like occasionally, but the last time I heard footsteps was like
Yeah.
upstairs, and I know I was the only soul inside, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna head out because it's creepy and it's like
Yeah.
Christmas Eve at the time, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going out. I'm leaving. Screw this.
But this is not this is before going to the cemetery.
Yeah, way before,
Oh,
but after the
okay. So it's
cemetery,
already with something probably there. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
No, no,
So I was like,
no.
that's some crazy
No, that's
shit.
what I'm saying. I'm like, you know what? Let's leave it for a conversation. I want to hear this because I'm like, does this happen like after that we went to the cemetery? But
Yeah,
no,
I
dude.
did.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay. If
after
it's
the
already
cemetery.
something there, if there's already something there. Just it is what it is.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
we can really do about it unless you like we really want to, you know, figure out who it is,
right.
ID it, but each his own on that. Whatever people want to do with that.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's not. Yeah,
yeah.
go for it. Sorry.
And I mean, because like my coworkers know about like the ghost of I
Yeah,
forgot his name. I think his name is Randy, but the previous owner because he died, and but I guess his soul still like haunts the area, but he doesn't really
yeah,
haunt. He just like stuck in a loop trying to do his daily work and stuff and whatnot. But that today, like hearing like the restroom, like the toilet go off, like being flushed. And corner of my eye, seeing the door open but no one leaving it, I was like, "Yo, I think either my head's playing tricks on me, but the fact that
yeah.
like there's a guy outside to confirm that no one went in before you, no one went after you." So I was like, "Okay, so it
Right.
was something in there."
Mm.
But I didn't feel scared, but I was more like, "Damn, like that's a little bit too close now."
Well, you know what? You should try to capture it. I think you should try to capture it one day. I don't know why. If you feel up to it, try to push it to do something and just have the phone ready.
Right? I was gonna like
Yeah.
video record like the area.
Like you can start off, with an intro, acknowledge that there's a presence there and you just want to see, oh, it's Ophelia. All right.
Hey, what's up, Amelia? What's up?
So what's up?
What's up? What's up, guys?
All right, Magali, yeah, we'll be here. And yeah, so try to capture it. That'd be cool. Gently egg it on to do its full potential if it can.
Mm,
I mean, what is it? Just start with the door.
right.
If it can just do the doors, that's even cool enough. It's just the thing is just have it ready. Or
Yeah.
like so, Oprah, where's the most like activity that goes on in the building that you have heard from all your coworkers?
So there's like three hotspots. One is
Okay,
like where the
yeah,
building that I'm in. So it's an upstairs where like all of our equipment's at and stuff. You hear
okay,
like footsteps of something being moved. My coworker Chris that runs the front desk said like when he was there late, he heard something like tip over like a heavy like cylinder. I guess for like one of their
okay.
big machines that tipped over on its own. And those things are heavy. It takes a
Oh
lot of
shit,
force to push it over. The
yeah,
second one was the bathroom. So I was like, okay, this could be a hotspot. But that was my first
yeah,
encounter, or at least hearing something like in the bathroom. But the one that's like the most like I want to say active in my opinion was in the
right,
down below where we call it the pit, and that's
okay,
where our heavy machinery is at. To where like people like where guys will fix like the heavy machineries that like crush the dirt or whatever, or carry dirt around and stuff like that. Because when I was down there last time, like my first time, I heard like
yeah,
the one of the sliding doors like
uh,
bang close. And I
yeah,
know I was the only one down there because I was sent to fix the computer real quick and then be like, okay, cool,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fix it and I'm gonna leave. But before I got into my work truck and like was about to leave, I heard it like close the door close, and
Yeah,
I was at an angle to where like whoever closed it has to come this way because this is where you come out to sign out. And my back is toward the truck, and I'm just like waiting for a good 5 minutes, and I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, no one's here. And then the next day, I told my coworker Gus, who's in charge of down there, saying
Oh,
like, oh yeah, his name's Eddie, the ghost that's down there.
shut
And
up.
he was
His name
like,
is
yeah,
Eddie.
yeah. I was like,
Damn.
what the fuck? And he
Oh
was like, yeah,
man.
he's a cool guy.
Just like that. Just
Yeah,
like
because
that.
apparently
Oh,
he,
oh, his
yeah,
name's Eddie.
yeah. And it was like, yeah, he's the owner of the company. He's
Yeah.
been down here plenty of times. Just ignore him. He's not gonna hurt you or
Yeah.
anything. And I was
Yeah.
like, but nothing like crazy happens and stuff. Like at most he said the most he saw was like he claimed to see like one of like the heavy hammers like fall down on its own after being hanged. But
Oh
Gus, my
shit.
coworker, is a skeptic, so he's just like something had to move it, maybe a rat or something. But there's no
Yeah.
rats
There
down
must
there,
be a
dude. Like,
force.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like,
That's what I'm
man,
saying. And look, I'm pretty sure the camera system in there has footage. People just need to look.
that's
But
the thing. Like, it's yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
I don't have. We
it
know we have
yeah,
cameras. We have cameras, but I'm not
yeah.
sure if like it caught what it did. But I also don't have a date when I look back either.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this sounds more like it's something for you, if you wanted to. So set up like your own camera somewhere, whatever, and just try to capture it.
Yeah, no, no,
That'd be
definitely.
sick footage, dude. I'm just saying there's an opportunity for you can catch something that no one else has been able to catch, and you
Right.
can prove a skeptic wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And then throw it in his face. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's paranormal research.
Yeah.
It's to see, what people would really think doesn't exist does, and it doesn't. So I mean, now you got a taste of that,
Yeah.
and now it's like this changes a lot of people's perspective on what religion tells you, and then what you actually see,
Right.
and it's not like there. It's like, wait, it's not in my belief, but it's real.
Right. Like, how do you explain that?
Yeah. So, but obviously the best way is capture
Right.
it. There's
But
just no other way.
yeah. But that was just
Yeah, no,
today was just random though, because I was like, it's not
yeah,
often I
but
catch
it
or even like hear stuff
happens.
like that,
Yeah.
but it happens, right?
How
Like,
many how
mhm.
many times in total have you experienced something weird like,
Like
or is that the first
to
time you actually seen it full on strong?
I'll say today was like the actual time full on strong because like I'm again
Okay.
aware of my surroundings and I know like how it sounds like if someone's using a stall. I
Yeah.
hear confirmed
Yeah.
footsteps because we all wear boots. No
Yeah.
one wears like shoes unless you're getting dressed to leave the like work and stuff. And I'm
Right.
like I know for a fact like because it was like eerie hearing like because the stall door like open up because you can lock it, but you know that
Damn,
sound you
bro.
make. It
Yeah.
sounded like it struggled to
It's
to open
creepy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Dude.
like, just the corner of my eye, just seeing the door open, but not seeing anyone come out. And I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
is weird. But I'm glad that my coworker on the outside was like, because you can
Yeah.
see the bathroom door and he has to wait there. Yeah, I was like, yo, did you see anyone enter before or after me? And he's like, no, dude, you're the only
Mhm.
one there. No one came out after you. And I was like, yeah, that was pretty
Dude, no
crazy because
way.
like, yeah, because
Yeah,
it's even
I don't think it's anything to do with the
no,
cemetery because that's what I started thinking.
yeah, no,
I'm
no,
like, man, could the cemetery have anything to do with it? Could maybe have something tag I'm sorry, tagged along with us
right?
after?
Yeah,
It's possible
yeah.
because it did happen to me on one occasion where I went to shoot the video in Mexico
Oh,
for
no.
Dia de los Muertos. I shot a video for that.
Yeah,
And when I had done shooting, I went up to the second floor because that's where the room I was staying in. And I had gone twice. On the second time I went up, dude, I go up
yeah.
and a light bulb is on the floor,
Oh shit.
crushed.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense of the fall
Yeah.
because where the table is, it must have done this. It must have
Mm.
like,
It bounced
but
off. Yeah.
but why didn't it break on the table?
Mm.
It was a high up ceiling, bro. And then
Mm.
my uncles just happened to be downstairs, and I'm like, "Yo, trip out, like this and this and this," and they're like, "Well, I think it's because you had the power on, and at some point maybe it just blew up." I'm like, "I've never turned on those lights,"
Yeah.
and then while all of a sudden, dude, that night I went to two different cemeteries, and I was getting weird responses that it made sense to the culture because there was muertos,
Yeah.
right? And so on one occasion on my Spirit Box app, the Necrometer, or I use the Spirit Talker, either one, it
Yeah.
came up um, like like saying an orchestra of spirits singing.
Wow. That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it was saying a lot of consistent things that made sense with the culture, and I'm like, you know what? I am picking up a lot of energy here,
Mm.
and I guess you could say that would maybe make me feel and think that yes, that it's true. There is a doorway that opens up completely for 2 days during those days of celebration for
Yeah.
loved ones to come through.
Mm.
But I honestly was a little skeptical. Well, I don't know if skeptic would be the word, but I feel like it might have not worked because it was so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people. I'm like, could this be disrupting the electromagnetic field that I need for my phone? Because I have to turn on the airplane mode when I
Yeah.
use that app, because it has to be 100% that it's not the internet
Mm,
messing with it.
right.
So, but it was giving me a lot of things on the screen that made sense while we were in the cult, like during the celebration. So it was
Yeah.
something.
I mean, no,
But
definitely that was
dude,
something, you
but
know.
yeah, I would try to capture the evidence on that at your work if you
Yeah.
can. Just get set up something, or like if you're alone, just say something like, "Hey, Mister Whatever your name is," and then like, "Can you push the door?
Right.
Look, I acknowledge you. You're here." Give them that sense that like, hey, they're people. We
Yeah.
just they're just not
Yeah.
alive
Because
anymore. That's it. I
because
guess.
I
I
was
mean,
thinking that. Yeah.
I wonder if it's the idea that it's just your mind
Mm,
that's out of the flesh and bone. And
mm,
then like once the flesh and bone, is dead or whatever, like
mm.
you basically bounce out of your head and float around. Does that
Like
make
like
sense?
astral projection, I would say.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
that'll
okay.
probably be the best. Yeah, that's it.
Because it sounds like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. Okay, like Aang in the Avatar.
Yeah, yeah.
When he had to go into the spirit realm, like the little blue of himself comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
The little ghosts come out. What if it's like that?
I mean, that'd be
You
like,
know?
yeah. I mean, that'd be crazy as hell to like
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
I'm not sure how like to
yeah.
do that
But
much
they
to
are
yourself.
but dude, they are so smart. They're like I said, they didn't die and like they're dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. And like the one that I keep talking about, Ojai. Ojai has been the one, I guess, that affected me in a good way and in a bad way. And I'll explain why. Good way, because I got to see what a real high level of activity looks like.
Mhm.
This place is just as old as Bardsdale. I
Yeah.
I think it is. It's 1800s, 1840, something like that. It's in the
Mm.
video. And but on this one though, I felt more. If I could describe the Ojai Cemetery to you, Nordhoff, dude, I would say I want to almost say a little violent.
Really?
Like it's yeah, they push you out. They
Mm.
do. The first time I went, oh yeah, they were
Mm.
pushing me out. I had a pebble thrown at me, and then someone that follows me on TikTok, like I posted that video of the
Yeah.
voice, said that they had went there 10 years prior just for a walk at
Mm.
night, and that someone threw a pebble at him and heard
Mm.
a little girl laugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
that's
it had
scary.
it had to obviously be the voice that we captured that night.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But dude, no, they're intelligent. It's just that we go back to that conversation. It's like
Right.
versus
Like your phone's ringing, and I kind of like hear you.
like what 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 did you feel out of that experience?
At the cemetery.
Yeah, what did you feel out of it?
At most, I felt like I was more on guard while you were doing the investigation,
Yeah,
because like when I was recording
sure.
you, and like I said, I was always like watching your back while trying to keep focus on you with the camera and stuff. Because
Yeah,
last thing I want to experience is like a full body apparition, be somewhere like where that big tree
yeah,
was at, where
right.
and the next we're just like, yo. And then like there's some like tombstone that look shaped as people, but I know that was like probably my eyes playing tricks on me, trying to make sense of what I was seeing at the pitch dark. And we had like somewhat of a full moon
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
my experience there was more like, on guard and just trying to like not make sense of what they're saying and stuff,
yeah,
but just try and get credible responses. That was like my goal
sure.
from it. Because
Mm.
remember, like we had a debate about like when was the Declaration of Independence like signed? Because they
Yeah,
died around the 1700s, and I'm like, all right,
yeah,
maybe the late 1700s, like 1776. They had
yeah,
to know who George Washington is or Thomas Jefferson, and then we immediately got a response from one of
yeah,
them, and we're like, okay, cool, so we're on to
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So I think like when like even like
yeah,
going forward with like questions and stuff. It should be questions based off what they know and what they remembered. And I think that
Yeah.
would give us more credible answers because like they don't know anything
Yeah.
about what we know, like R&B or like
Yeah.
hip hop and stuff. Like they probably know like a lot of
Yeah.
like folklore tales and stuff like that because
Yeah.
that's the only best way to get credible answers, especially if the ghosts are friendly and they are willing to talk.
Sure.
So yeah, so I was like, again,
Yeah,
mixed with yeah,
that one was no, I that is an honest answer, and I agree with it. You know, it was a trippy night.
it
It was
was
a very trippy night. And apart from that, dude, cold.
yeah,
That sucked. That sucked. You know, and I do. You know, I mean, I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur in this. You know, obviously, and I'm still learning from it and trying to get better. But like, if you've seen like other videos before, like for anybody, like you see how I progress.
yeah,
The quality starts to change,
yeah,
and but that takes time and that takes work and finding a place. You
yeah.
know,
No, definitely.
but definitely Bardsdale. I didn't feel like it was a negative vibe there. At the
Mm.
same time, I did feel a little bit uneasy, but not to the point where I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's wrap it up now.
Yeah, no,
Like, I'm
no.
like, I felt like we did the necessary time that we needed to get some answers.
Yeah,
You know, there those were intelligent responses.
yeah. I would say
I
that.
think they were, and especially that these were. I think this is the first time that these kids have been, spoken to,
Mm.
and using devices that could help us be able to talk to them. You know,
Yeah,
to be
definitely.
able to fully communicate with them. At least, yes and no is obviously the best. It's a no-brainer. It works. The thing is having to come up with the questions.
Yeah,
So I don't write anything down. I just whatever I'm feeling. It's
right.
you know. Do I do a couple takes here and there and then erase the other one that sounds dumb? Yeah, but it's part of it.
Mhm.
It's not. I don't like. I don't practice it. It just happens. Like we
Yeah,
did. That was what happened with this was 100%.
yeah,
That was 100% real.
yeah.
And so, but on the video, yeah, when I was talking to you about it, we got the voice of a baby crying,
Yo, yeah, because I
and
didn't hear it. I didn't hear that part, but I was more on edge. No, not edge, but
no,
more
I
just
didn't hear it either.
curious. Yeah.
The only way we pick it up is with the microphones, and
Mm,
because the one that I have is like pretty crappy, it
yeah.
worked well enough to pick it up.
Mm,
But I kept being on the bridge if it was the boo buddy or not. And you're right. It doesn't make sense why it would cry out of nowhere.
yeah.
Like in an instance, it did like, can you clap? And it did the clapping noise. That freaked me out.
Yeah.
But it said something regarding before doing it.
Mm,
So you're right. It would have said, "Are you sad?"
right.
Then yeah, I get it. Then I would
Yeah.
understand why it would cry. But dude, no, the voice was clear.
Mm,
It just sounds so faint, but the microphone could barely pick it up, but it did. I
yeah.
was able to enhance it as best as I could with that app, but I mean it
Yeah.
worked. Dude, somebody on TikTok saved that recording to their page,
Yeah.
and then I showed my little brother, my mom, and they're like, "That's a baby crying." I'm like, "Yes, I'm saying it's a baby
Dude, that's
crying."
send me the audio to that because I have Ableton and I
Yeah.
can probably enhance it a little bit further and use like a compressor,
Okay. Yeah.
probably EQ some of the frequency of
I
where the frequency could be
I
at
need
and clear it
I
up.
need to send you that clip from where we're talking, but we don't hear it
Yeah.
until I do the split because I did 4 clips
Mm.
heightened or enhanced where you can hear it. But
Mm.
the
Okay.
crying, dude. But no, but the crying is legit. It's like like
Yeah.
I'm like it's a baby, and we need to remember that place was known for people have heard kids cry or
Mm.
babies cry.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm just surprised that we were able to capture. I
Yeah.
didn't think we were, to be honest. I didn't think we were going to capture that voice. It tripped me out.
Yeah.
I had to keep playing it back to be 100% sure because part of me was like, I don't know. Could it have been the dog? What's up, Steve? Welcome, my cousin Steve. and we're talking about how we captured the voice of a baby crying on a video that my good friend Andrew and here were on, or we did,
Yeah.
and we caught the voice of a baby crying. That was a trick. So, um, yeah. Overall, dude, like, what do you think we could do better? What
Uh,
do you think would have? Because like I said, we don't rehearse. I don't rehearse
yeah.
anything. It's just jump right into it and see
Right.
where it takes us.
Exactly. I think what we could have done better is if it wasn't too cold and then Sydney could have made it out, then I know for a
Yeah.
fact Sydney could have at least been like scanning the field while we're focused on one thing. So that's one thing off my
Right.
mind.
Mm.
But I feel like investigation wise, I think if we just looked up more questions or more historical events that happened that day, because
Yeah.
remember, even for all ghosts, they're or like you said, they're just people. They
Yeah.
don't know that they're in a spirit world
Yeah.
or that they're dead
Sure.
yet. But if
I
they
agree.
encounter us and they try and get our attention, the best thing we could do is try and ask some questions to pique their interest, like yeah, again,
I
like
agree.
that comes back to like that 76 question about when is the Declaration of Independence signed and stuff. But then again, we
Yeah.
gotta remember like, hey, news travels like takes forever to travel in that time. A pigeon probably
Yeah.
got lost trying to get news
Yeah.
out the way and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that's one thing we could, definitely improve on, just the type of questions to ask. And that would gauge their reactions and gauge
Yeah.
their interest to talking to us. Cause like, oh hey, these guys
Yeah.
look young and weird, but they know exactly what happened here or
Yeah.
probably around this area and stuff. I think that'll be it. Because I know you asked questions about about the deaths and stuff. And like, I always wonder, like, if you're really dead, would you know that you're dead and stuff? But that comes back to like this other idea I had. Like, you ever seen like Silent Hill where like the mom tries to save the daughter and stuff? Like, I don't know if you've seen that movie before.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Like,
I know what it is. I just never seen it. But yeah.
yeah, but in
Oh,
that
the clips
movie,
I've seen is pretty messed up.
yeah, it's messed up. It's
Yeah,
messed up.
it's
But like
fucked
at the end of the
up.
movie,
Yeah.
yeah. But at the end of
Dude.
the movie, like both the mom and daughter are already dead. But the thing is, they were like driving through this fog the whole time, going back home. They got back home, and they were technically dead, and they didn't know it. They just went back home, waiting for the dad's husband to come back home. And I'm just like, I wonder if that's how ghosts see the world. Like they don't register that they're dead or gone. They're just like
Yeah.
waiting for the next day to start and stuff like that. And that's where
That
like
is
what my grandma would
so.
say.
Mm.
Right? So that's what my
That
grandma would
that's
say,
a
like that's what
that's a
happens.
that's a good thought.
Yeah.
That's a good thought on that. Is it really? What was that passage or for I think in the scripture? How it is. No, I'm sorry. Am I saying it wrong? You know what? Never mind. Scratch that because I don't want to say something wrong and piss some people off.
I mean,
But
like, just say it anyway,
you
and then
know,
like if someone can correct
yeah.
you about it, then cool. We're all
Okay,
learning. We're just we're
it's
amateurs.
if it's the same as Earth as it is in heaven, does that make sense?
Oh, isn't
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying? Like
yeah.
like we are in our rooms, but in heaven, or
Mm,
in the spirit world. That's probably
yeah.
better.
I'll probably need to look that up. But it sounds familiar to where
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about. It's gonna bug me
yeah.
now. But when I remember, I'll probably send you a text. I'll send you a text like, hey, yeah, it's this way, dude. It's not that, but this is what you're
Yeah,
trying to say. But definitely, but
dude, no,
but overall,
no,
I think
dude.
like yeah,
Yeah. So I'm thinking to also look into another device called the death bell.
death
Does that sound familiar? The death bell. So
death bell.
it's
I'm gonna look that
it's a
up.
bell. It's just a regular bell
Yeah,
that they chime, like they press it down. Like if you're gonna go to a hotel and like you need service, like ding ding ding.
yeah,
They
yeah,
they,
like
they do that, and
mm,
apparently that they can use it to make themselves known too.
mm,
It's been used and it's still being used on Twin Paranormal,
yeah,
and I think Mindseed
nice.
used it at some point.
Mm,
But I think that was probably more. That's creepy.
yeah,
That dude. Imagine, we're walking around with the camera, we're doing our questioning, but the bell goes off. Ding.
right.
That
So
that would, ooh, dude. I think that would probably make my blood rush down from my face.
really, see
Yeah,
that'd be scary.
yeah.
Well, like was it
No.
SLS camera? But like, how does it work? So it just dings whenever like there's a presence in the area, or
Or apparently they use their energy to be able to press it.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
like a piano, like a haunted piano. So it's like playing, but they
Yeah.
press on the bell,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
there's videos like that. It's no, it's weird,
Yeah.
but I'm just glad that these. I mean, I don't know. This could be really debatable with somebody else if they really wanted to like go against the idea. But I don't feel that using electromagnetic devices to detect energies and spirits and shit would be the same as using a Ouija board. I don't think it does. I honestly
I
don't
mean,
feel it is.
yeah. I mean,
I
Ouija
mean,
boards
what
are
do you
like,
think? Do you think
uh,
it's the same thing?
I don't think I think they're completely different, like tactics in general, like the Ouija board
Yeah,
versus like electronic devices that detect energy shifts.
right.
At
Cell phone.
most, I'll
Yeah,
yeah, at most I'll use
yeah,
both. Just be like,
yeah. That's
okay,
it.
something's in the area,
Right,
because like,
dude. I
mm,
like I said, I just don't see if the Ouija board and using sensors are the same or not. I don't feel that they are.
mm,
I feel like the sensors are more used like a cell phone you can click at any time.
yeah,
But I feel like the Ouija board is like a full on door.
oh yeah,
But I mean, are we basically doing the same thing? Yeah, communicating.
mm,
We're just using different methods.
yeah,
But I honestly feel like with the devices, it's like we're speaking to something that's already there and also been reported to be known that's already there.
right,
It's not like we went to some dude's murdered gravesite and invoked the Dark Lord. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's not. I think there's a big difference, and I think it also counts as like, why are we there?
right,
That's what matters. See, I think what makes something necromancy is if you are someone who wants to know something
mm,
about, or if you want to know about your future. I think that's bad. But I
yeah.
think
It should be,
when we went there to ask about who they are or who they were.
yeah,
You,
just to
you
get
know,
more.
I give them a chance to talk because, dude, who has ever actually spoken to them like
Mm,
after they're dead?
right. And that's
Maybe we're the first ones in a long time, but I have
and
not
you think
found any.
yeah,
Yeah,
but you think there'll be more, like, oh, no one talked to us for over a century, and these guys are here
yeah,
trying to like say
yeah,
something. But
yeah,
like you said, there's been reports of people walking by, getting rocks thrown at them. So,
yeah.
at most, I want to say they're hostile, whatever, but like,
Hostile is it for the one in Ojai? That one I would say hostile.
mm,
The
okay,
Bardsdale I wouldn't. I think it's peaceful.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
activity. There's activity, but not in a negative way. Is it
yeah,
eerie? Cold in the dark, and you can barely see anything creepy. Yeah.
yeah,
Were we crazy to be there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we
But
were.
it just but if I can give a good comparison, yeah, no, the Ohio one is hostile. That's the
Mm.
word, honestly. I can't describe a place other than that. Hostile.
I'll be down to go to Ohio again.
Yeah, if you okay, this is what I'm saying. If you tell me, hey Tony, I want to take a walk down that strip, I'm like, dude, I will go with you. I will go with you. I have no problem with that.
Right.
You know, we'll get a full on feel for how it looks. There's still parts that I've not really fully walked around on because it looks sketchy to walk on anyway. There's a lot of like dirt, so I don't know.
I mean,
But
we're
but there's a
caught.
strip, there's a strip that goes down, and to the left and to the right you got your grave sites. But
Okay.
it's a creepy one. On that night, the second time that we went when I shot that video,
Mm,
my cousin Luis, the shaman who went with me,
mm,
he said that when he got off the truck, he had noticed shadow people, and
mm,
that place is known to have shadow people.
mm. That's
There
crazy.
were there was someone on a Google review that him and his friend they just were walking down, and they said that they saw a full-fledged dude just sitting down on one of the benches there,
Ooh,
and then disappears.
that's
Yeah,
crazy. See,
it,
that's where we gotta like,
push
definitely like
it
look,
to get
yeah,
it.
push, yeah,
Yeah.
because I
So
know, yeah,
there's my question to you now. So I know asking you and you telling me it's gonna be completely different than actually happening in real life, but like, what if we did actually run into that? A
right,
full-fledged apparition right in front of us, captured and everything. What do
right.
you feel that your mindset is gonna be in that moment?
At first, like, I feel like when we see the apparition, we're gonna be like, you know, I mean, I feel like when we see a full body apparition that looks like
Yeah,
pretty harmless but just chilling there, and we didn't
yeah,
think twice of it, I think that will be my first reaction. I'll be like, oh, just a random dude, like let's just mind our business. And then by the time we pass the apparition or target, and we look back and he just magically disappears, I'm first of all I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. I should have recorded the dude a little bit more longer just to make sure, like, hey, this is somebody here. But we don't, of course, we don't know if he's really there or not because we just
right.
wanted to give him space. And I think that's how my brain would work first. But the second we, say like look to the right and they come back and it was gone, I'd be like, yeah, we got something. It was bullshit because we should have like at least tried to engage with the person. Because
Yeah,
how like imagine we go to Ojai and then we
yeah,
see something there, we just see the dude, walk
yeah.
past the dude, and not even like acknowledge him and say like, oh, hello or hi or something. Because now we
Right.
kind of missed out on something that could have been really credible, because I know other, ghost hunters that I look at like Shane Madej, if they're doing the La Llorona case and I think in
Yeah.
Arizona, and his thing was like, if I see like a weeping woman, my first objective is to run up to her, sprint towards her, and be like, let me pinch you to make sure like you're not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the type of mindset that I need going with too. So like
Yeah.
it
Like,
it would be
stop.
credible evidence.
Yeah.
Oh, see.
Damn.
But yeah, but I think that'd be like my first thing to do. Like again, just take note, get pictures of everyone that's there, even if they're
Right.
like say to someone visiting a gravesite, like we need to make sure that's somebody, like we got them on camera, and for some reason, like we know it's like at least a 5 minute walk to get out of our line of sight, and we know we
Yeah.
look away for 20 seconds to look back and it's gone, and I think that will be like credible evidence to have, and
Yeah.
definitely something to like
I agree.
challenge skeptics and stuff. Because as a
I
believer
agree.
myself, I'm still like somewhat like skeptic because I want to like believe and see, but I need to
Okay.
see for myself to be like,
You
yo,
want
yeah,
more.
exactly. Like I want to
That's
see for
it. That's
myself.
okay. Yeah, you got a taste of it, that they can respond, but not actually seeing them. Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Personally, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if I will freeze and not be able to talk, even though I want to, or I'm gonna run.
If it looks,
I will. I don't know. I will be real with you because it's an iffy thing. I in that moment I feel like I will probably be stuck, and you're gonna probably be like, Tony, hey, Tony, like, and I'll be like I'm not sure what the fuck like what I saw, and I'm trying to process, and I'll probably be like, Andrew, like, so I don't like, I
yeah,
don't know.
no,
I really don't know, but I would be really scared,
nah,
because you would be seeing a full-fledged apparition right in front of you, and your mind's trying to process, like, is this really real?
yeah.
Even though we had just witnessed and captured sufficient evidence that they prove that they exist, but seeing them in full form is a
It,
different deal.
it'll be a different level, and like
It'll be a
capturing that.
different
Yeah,
level. I agree, a different level.
yeah,
It's another level of evidence, and that's the cool stuff. You know, dude, if you're able to capture that door slamming,
yeah. No, that would be
that'd
crazy.
be
But
sick. That'd
that
be
was just
sick.
today was just a random ass day for like especially during the
Yeah,
early morning,
yeah,
which kind of like creeped me out. I was like, what the hell? Like that was just wild to me. I didn't.
yeah,
I obviously I didn't see
yeah.
anything, but I was just like confused of how a door can move like that. And
And
especially
then
the
yeah,
toilet going off.
right. What's up, Big C? Welcome, welcome, Big C. Shout out, Big C. People are tuning in,
Nice, nice,
and
nice.
dude, it's only been like 30 minutes,
Yeah,
32 minutes. Yeah, we like barely just started.
Yeah, humble
And
beginnings, dude.
beginnings, man, dude. No, I wonder. Right now that we're working on moving, I have not felt any presence in the apartment.
Oh, that's good.
Not even when
Okay.
you guys were here. Nothing.
Mm.
I think maybe it's like, oh, Clemente, did you feel something in the apartment, bro? He says, oh heck yes. Oh, what happened, bro? I probably something happened to him because he still stayed in and crashed out another day in the house here.
Crashed out. Yeah, I
So,
did.
but I went to work. So,
Yeah,
Clemente, what
I know.
happened to you while I was gone? Oh,
Yeah.
you said yes,
Hold
dude.
on, I have my dog
No,
right
dude.
here. I know. Hold on real quick.
Has,
Show you Milo.
oh, dude, he's a handsome boy, dude. I love him.
He's hyperactive.
He's
He's pretty chill, but he lives over the
hyperactive,
house.
dude.
Every
Somebody, Clemente says the dishes started moving after one. Oh,
dishes start moving after one. I
the
guess there's some
dishes.
dishes.
The dishes, I guess, started moving, dude. I
Oh
believe
shit!
him.
Sorry.
I believe him.
Yeah,
I
I didn't.
from time to time I'll hear shit, but
Kind of like wave it off
oh,
though.
Clemente's on here.
Oh wait.
Ophelia.
Hey, finally give me Milo. Let
That's
me get this
that's
boy.
that's their dog, Milo.
Yeah, this dude loves to play. Let go. Let go. Nope. You know how to let go. You know how to let go. And he's a tug of war champion.
There you go.
There we go.
So again? Yeah,
Yeah, Clemens is cool.
Andrew, you met Clemente, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He was there.
yeah. And Ophelia just had me like really think about it. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
we did.
yeah. He was super
Clemente
cool.
Soreo, dude, no. So, what do you think should be our next place to go visit? Well,
I know.
because we're planning to go to you guys. So I don't know if you know any good places.
Yeah, I need to look up some places. I know there's like a
Yeah.
motel, like literally in my hometown, that's on like
Okay.
Foothill and Hellman. And a story that I've heard like a super long time ago is that
Hmm.
like a murder took place there, where like
Oh.
yeah, like it was
Okay.
between a guy and a
Okay.
girl, but I just don't remember which room it was. That's the thing, but I think it's still there. I'll probably like do some research and see if it's see if that's what happened, and then I could talk to like the property manager, be like, hey, is there like chance like people could do like ghost hunting here and stuff like that?
Oh, that'd be
And then
cool.
most likely I feel like the dude would say, yeah, just pay for the room, it's all
Yeah.
yours all night, you know.
Yeah.
So we'd probably do something like that. But as far
I'm
as like
down.
stuff being around there, yeah,
Yeah.
I know Cindy might know something, but I'm not sure if yeah, I'm not sure about like what anywhere else like that's like popping with ghosts and stuff or like paranormal activities.
I should have the cameras by then, and then maybe a new device to the arsenal of gear.
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice.
I think what we'll do with the music box is like have it on,
Mhm.
and then when it just turns on for a second, that's cool. But I think if it starts going on too much, I'll shut it off.
Oh,
It gets
okay.
too annoying.
Yeah.
It's too annoying. I
So
love it.
that's
I
sort
love
of
that it works,
yeah.
but it's just too damn annoying.
But that's the thing about
Yeah,
like that device that you had. I was like, man, maybe
yeah,
just like malfunctioning or something because I don't know how it works very well. And the fact that it just kept going
yeah.
on and on, I was like, all
Wait,
right,
let
there's
me
something
see.
off.
Wait. Let me show you. Actually, all right.
See,
This
yeah,
is that sensor,
yeah.
right? This is where like if I put my hand through it, it'll turn on. It's on.
God, noise.
Yeah,
But see, that's the thing. What's it
yeah.
detecting? That because it keeps on going. I know there's like electronics in front of you, but still.
Let me see. Hold on. So I think this thing. Sorry, I'll turn it off. I think what this does. I know it gets annoying. I think what this does. It does this.
Oh, okay. So it's like a wide, and then like how high?
Yeah. I think it's a wide and how high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
but
that's how it works.
when I had it like this in the cemetery, there was no way that it was going to be that far enough to capture the stone heads of their parents. Because I was facing it at their stone heads, but it
Hmm.
wasn't. It's too far.
Yeah.
Like right
I feel like that.
now, this should turn on right now. Me hitting the wall, and it's not.
Hmm. Oh, okay. There we go. See?
See?
But it stops.
Yeah,
You see how you
it
put your
stops.
hand in front and stop. That's what I was
Yeah,
looking for,
it
but it just
stops.
kept on
Yeah,
going.
it kept on going.
Yeah.
That tripped me out.
Yeah.
That tripped me
Think
out,
it
and
needs
I'm
its
like,
I think it will need like its own stand, just so it's like, 5 feet, 10 feet off the ground and just pointed at
I
the
agree,
headstones.
and it's gonna have to be these, the
No, yeah, like the
this,
camping
yeah, this will
chairs.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
the camping chairs. These will do. These will do. It's retractable. It'll work. It'll work. Hell, I should have taken it with me for Bardsdale. I didn't think
Right.
about that, but now we can. Now we can use it as another spot to use it to sit on because I think if we really want to be fair
Mm.
with it, it needs to
Yeah.
it needs to be on something.
Yeah, no, it definitely
I
does.
I I think it would have fallen off if I put it on one of the stoneheads. But
Yeah.
then
No,
again, it's also like kind of disrespectful, maybe.
that's also true. Well, we can't really
But
do that.
I mean, but I think the prism was acceptable because it was small enough, and it was and it was like if we were focusing on one kid at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't getting everyone. You
Mm.
know, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think
I,
like when you put on the middle headstone, I think that's
yeah,
where we got like reactions from it
reactions
and stuff.
the most. Yeah,
But yeah.
because it's their own. It's
Yeah,
like their own
exactly.
house. Does that make sense?
Right?
Yeah, their own homes. But dude,
But
no, it definitely worked. Oh yes,
yeah, no. It
yes, we met at your place. Oh, yeah, and dude, yeah, it worked. It worked 100%. I wish
it
that we
definitely
could
did.
have used the REM pod. The REM
Mm,
pod would have been cool. It's just the problem is, dude, that there's just too much grass.
yeah. Yeah, it
It
was.
wasn't gonna. We were gonna get a misread a reading on something. I'm sure because of the grass on there.
Right.
It could have been blocking it would have been hitting the sensor too and make us think you know that there's something there and it's just like the bit of the grass touching it and we can't have false positives either.
Yeah,
Try to be
yeah, I
I
agree.
try to be as thorough as possible about it. Like how I set up. I need to make sure there's nothing blocking the sensors, and then how far, what's the distance am I going to be able to place it from something that's in front of me? If
Right.
there's a wall in front of me, I need to see like where does it stop making any noise, and that'll be it. Like the trigger.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
That the idea that it's like a trigger warning, like oh shit,
Okay.
there's something
So
crossing us.
I think
So
that's I think like for the music box, I think that's what should have been like pointed behind us. So if it goes off, we can assume something's behind us. So that takes like a
you're
layer of
right.
worry. Because
You're
like that again, like
right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're so right. Use
Because
that
like
to be more like suspenseful. Well,
just be like,
like
we're asking
like watching
questions.
our backs on all sides.
Also,
Like
exactly.
that's something that we could also do on one. Set them up in different places. Obviously, I've done it before. It
Yeah.
works because then that's where you run to.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, there's something right here. Let's go. And you're just
Right. You
like
just quickly snap to it. We're like,
yeah,
okay, something there? You
right.
see something? Yeah,
And
no,
then
definitely.
and then once we get something on that specific location of the area, jump into questioning like, who are you?
Right.
Like please use your energy to speak to my screen or whatever. Like go, go with it because that's what I'm saying, bro. Like you don't rehearse it; it just happens right there in that moment.
Yeah,
Like don't
I
rehearse these.
think.
I'm
Yeah,
sure other people do, but hey, each his own on that. But if I want to keep it more real, it's like let's just see what happens. Just
yeah,
get it, get
and
there on camera.
Exactly.
That's it.
And again, just to be more prepared, just have the correct, not correct answers, but like relative questions to ask on site, so we get credible
Okay.
responses. Because remember when like Matilda, I don't think that's her name, or Melinda, whatever. Like, remember you were cursing? I was like, hey, yo, check your language. Check your language, because
I
we're just kids.
know. It's like
And
my
then
bad.
but we
Yeah.
got a response after I said that, and I was like, "Oh, okay, probably the
Yes.
little girl
Yeah.
tattling,
Yeah.
saying that's a swear, say swears."
Yeah.
I mean, at least from my experience with kids,
Yeah.
stuff like kids will say
Yeah.
something like that. So I'm like, "Okay, cool, that's a credible thing for a response."
But do you see that they also feel offended? When
Yeah,
they feel offended, they'll say it, and they did. When I was cursing, they didn't like that.
yeah,
And they were really honest too when I asked, like, are we? I think, are we offending you being here, something like that?
yeah,
And they said yes.
right, yeah.
Annabelle. I
So I was like,
think
"Oh,
Annabelle was the one that answered that. I think.
yeah.
Or one of her brothers,
Annabelle."
but somebody, yeah, I think it was Annabelle that did. That's hey, isn't that weird that Annabelle?
Yeah, I think I'd
Kind
rather
of,
deal with a kid.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't put it together that we were
Yeah,
Annabelle's also the freaking doll.
yeah,
So
right,
that's something.
exactly.
And it was the first one that I put the prism on.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Because
That
I was more like, why,
yeah.
why Annabelle? Why is it Annabelle's name? But
You know
I
what?
was,
It just happened. I could have gone. I could have gone in a row.
yeah,
Well, eventually I did. I did this.
yeah. Because no, because that's what we put on the very end, and I thought we were gonna try to
Yeah.
talk to like the two tombstones who are far left first, but it
Yeah.
made more sense to go with the prism because we need to see if they will even use it or walk past it and stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
most of the responses we got were from the girls, and the boys were just not interested in talking because
You're
they
right.
want to hang out and do something else, throw rocks or something. I think,
You're
but then
right.
again, yeah, we should have done like brought some pebbles and stuff for them to like throw or something. Like, here's some pebbles, toss it, dude. See how far you get it.
I think
Maybe one.
another one could have been where I should have. Fuck, I regret it now. Bringing them an offering,
Yeah, for every
sweetbread,
offering.
some food.
Mm, it's cornbread,
That was
something of that era.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so
like
anything we give
sounds
has to be related to
good.
something they can recognize. We're like, oh look, like
Their
maybe like
time.
pie. Yeah, like an apple pie can go a
Okay,
long way. That's something centuries of food have been developed and recreated over time.
you're
But stuff like
right.
that. Yeah. So that's why I
That
feel
makes
like,
sense. From
yeah,
their era. No, that
exactly,
makes sense.
exactly.
I
It
mean,
just it just keeps it more relevant.
yeah, you do have a point. You do have a point. So let's say that we went to that cabin that you were talking about, that one that
Oh, the motel.
only shows itself at night. The
Oh yeah,
cabin.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
With the cabin.
what do you think? You know that cabin that was that the Magic Forest or
Oh,
the?
yeah, yeah. The magic. I think Cindy knows more about that. She knows the background of that
Uh-huh.
because she saw like stuff during broad daylight that didn't make any sense to
Yeah,
her, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Because like in her story, she said she was hiking with
yeah,
a friend, and then like I guess a guy was there too. Said like,
right.
hey, don't move because there was rattlesnakes in the area, and then he
Oh
said to
shit.
back up. And when the snakes passed and the guy passed,
Yeah.
they're like, guys, have a good day. They didn't think
Hmm.
twice about who the guy was until they looked back and realized he was gone. So I was like, it's that's when you said when we see a full body apparition, we might not realize it's an apparition, might just be like a random guy and be like, oh, okay,
Mm,
hey, have a good night.
okay.
And then by the time we look back, it's gone. And we're like, okay, that was something. We saw
Yeah.
something, and we didn't get it. The person, we didn't get it right. We didn't get a full picture
Yeah.
or video of the person before like moving on and stuff. Because we don't want to be a bother
Yeah.
either.
No,
Like I don't know how
I
people
think
feel.
you're right. There are videos of people who are seen by their security, or even like to get in. Oh, wait, are we on? Cool.
Yep, yep.
Right on.
So I guess there's a
Dude,
time limit.
there's a time limit. Yeah, there's a time limit to that shit. I don't know that.
I didn't know that either, but screw it. I guess you gotta
Yeah.
pay for Instagram Plus just to get a longer time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Dude,
crazy,
no, that's crazy.
right?
Damn, bro. Cool, man. Well, no one else logged. Some people logged in. Some people
Yeah,
went in and saw it. So. But
Yep, yep,
cool. I think that wraps it up.
yeah,
And then we'll come up with another one at some point. We'll
yeah.
talk
No,
about
definitely.
something and invite other people on it too. Well, I've done that. Like other people will hop on here and we'll like on a camera and we'll like have a full on conversation about paranormal shit.
Right.
Aliens, I think we even had that conversation. So
Big fan of aliens. I know they're out there.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
worried if they come invade us, and like,
yeah,
oh, hopefully we're not hilariously outmatched because that would be so
yeah,
sad to go
yeah,
out like that. But well, we'll see.
yeah.
Like
But cool,
the
man.
world's endless, the universe is endless. Looking forward to the next ghost hunts. Definitely look up somewhere in the area, and hopefully somewhere we could get like permission to like have like a night to properly investigate without being
Yeah,
worry of trespassing. Because
right.
that's cool. That's something
It
cool.
is risky. It's risky business to do it. That's the
Yeah.
full on truth. You've seen videos where people will go into these abandoned places and there's a homeless dude in there.
Oh yeah, no, I've
They
seen
gotta
them a
run.
lot. Yeah.
And they're like,
That's why
oh
like
shit, like yeah, no. It's a big risk, but it's fun. But I
yeah.
really, but there's someone that I know who we are planning to do it, but they have a potential poltergeist, a dark entity though,
Hmm.
and it's a house in Santa Paula, and it's our friend's grandfather's home.
Wow.
They want to do the investigation, but he needs to like leave town
Yeah.
because he doesn't like it. He doesn't believe in communicating with the dead, So I respect
I
him,
mean,
and I
yeah.
totally get that, but you want to really know, you got to get in there.
Yeah, no, I agree,
That's
dude. I agree.
that's the only way. But
Yeah.
apparently, it's really mischievous, and by what they've said, that everyone over the years is just negative and bad. So that's a risk.
Hmm.
What I'm down to look at, I'm down to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I wouldn't mind just
it's
going in.
it's preparing for it.
Yeah.
So like something like this, something that is known to be a dark presence, like we would need to prepare with doing we need to sage ourselves
Mm,
and and just say a prayer and go for it.
right.
And that's it.
I mean, yeah, no, definitely down to take precautions, do a sage, and then
Yeah,
roll up and then to see like what we
yeah,
could catch and stuff.
yeah,
Because like I know like in one of the episodes of Ghost Files, like Brian Vergara, like
yeah.
he caught a growl, and
Ooh,
it was
okay,
crazy, right? I was like,
okay.
whoa, no way, he caught a
Yeah,
fucking growl,
yeah,
and that didn't sound like an animal or anything, but it sounded like really demonic. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's crazy. But I'm still the skeptic side of me is like, was there like an animal on the
yeah.
roof? Was there something on there? And like they checked the area too, like the room stuff. Like, hey, it maybe could be this AC unit. Oh, AC unit's not plugged in.
Sure.
Okay, right.
The logical
Trying to make sense of what it is.
explanation. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's why
Well,
I like that show so much because they try to prove it wrong. Where it's like, hey, this is probably what we're hearing and stuff,
yeah,
and it's credible. And I think from like your videos of like being an amateur is like
yeah.
it's what like gives the best foot forward to show proof and evidence and
You're
stuff,
right.
and that's what's credible nowadays.
You're right.
To me, Ghost File, oh not Ghost Files, Ghost, what's it? With the white dude, like Ghost Adventures.
Ghost
I feel like
Adventures with
yeah,
Zach Bagans.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
some of the stuff is staged where like I can't fully believe it, but it's fun to watch. That's all I can say.
yeah. It
Yeah,
gives that tension,
yeah,
like it's the like, oh, what could happen next kind of thing. You
yeah.
don't know what did I hear, dude.
It's
But regarding the growl, I believe it
mm,
because there have been, well, one, we've all seen the movie Paranormal Activity, the
yeah,
first one, right,
yeah,
from the
yeah,
series.
yeah.
Mika gets a growl in his
Mm,
recording, and then I think, oh, and then those paranormal investigators, Mindseed, they
mm.
also get a growl, but they were using a Ouija board.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah.
And theirs went south. Like it had to be real. I don't think it was staged because
Mm,
that they looked real,
yeah.
but they get a growl and so close to the microphone is demonic. there's only one reason or one to confirm what it is. A growl, it means an animal, and an animal obviously is gonna say it's demonic
Yeah,
because what human growls? It has to be a celestial being that just now is a demon
right.
and is doing that. You know, it's making itself known, and
Mm.
they're more so they're powerful, more
Yeah,
powerful than spirits. I think. Well, because they're there were celestial beings. They were.
yeah, right.
So they are higher than a spirit themselves.
Mm.
So I mean, I think like the Nun or the Conjuring 2. You seen the Conjuring movies, right?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Okay, the Conjuring 2 with that nun and like
Yeah,
controlling the other ghosts. I believe that does what happened. That they're
yeah. I
able
mean,
to overpower another being,
mm,
in in their plane of
yeah,
existence.
yeah. And it's like they're like I guess their form of a ranking system, because it goes from
That's it.
spirit to ghost to a poltergeist to a demon, and you're just
That's
like,
it.
I know some evidence. I
You're
ain't trying
right.
to fight y'all.
I think there's a hierarchy.
You're right.
I think there is a hierarchy
Exactly.
to that. It's like who can control who the most.
Mm.
But then you have people who can um, pick up on it.
Mm.
Psychics, and then people who just have this sense, this feeling. Then you have people
Right.
like that who, if they eventually can learn how to deal with, entities like that. That's also another front to fight.
Yeah. No, definitely is.
Like because I mean, if there's other shows where people bring in, psychics
Yeah.
to
Yeah, and they do. They bring
investigate. Yeah,
Yeah, they bring psychics,
yeah,
voodoo witches, like anyone that's like more in tune with like the
yeah,
spiritual world than most
yeah.
people are, like just like a shaman, like you said earlier, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
and I
think,
think that's like,
yeah,
yeah,
I I think you know what would be like something good to test out with the psychic
what?
is to set up the sensors when they're really talking.
Yeah.
They should go off if they
Oh yeah, you're
really.
right. You're right.
Don't
I
you think?
think
Like I
yeah,
think that would make sense if you can set up sensors and then they're talking like right in the middle of it, and if they're really telling the truth, those
yeah.
sensors should turn on, or at least one out of the four,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, definitely.
I think at least
Yeah,
one out of the four should turn on when they're communicating.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I just think they should,
yeah. No, you're
because
right.
psychics, I mean, they could be total BS, but the real way I think would be to set up sensors.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I would still
Yeah,
like to test out the theory. Like, first of all, we
test
set
out
the
the theory.
sensors, yeah,
Yeah,
and then like see how we deal with it, and then like, okay, now we
yeah,
bring in like a
yeah,
shaman or a or psychic just to see what they
yeah,
get. Because last thing I
yeah,
want to hear from them is like saying like, oh, the spirits are angry. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, cool, they're angry now. Let's
yeah,
see what the devices catch
yeah,
now. I'm not gonna trust you
yeah,
100%,
yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, that's just the experiment.
Yeah.
We never know. But
It's an experiment.
yeah.
That's what that is. Well, when we had my cousin who's a shaman, when we had went to the Ojai cemetery, he had
Mm.
done. He did this quick thing that he was
Yeah.
broadcasting positivity before like going down, and he's like, I already feel right now there's a presence,
Mm.
and he was right because I started feeling a certain way too. I just didn't tell him that. I just
Okay.
kept going with it to see what happens.
Yeah.
So in one instance, he was holding a ball of water,
Mm.
and we think we were talking to that spirit's mom. She had an empty vase,
Mm.
and then it mentioned water on my necrometer. I it,
Oh,
did,
really?
it didn't click in my head that we needed to put some water in the vase. My cousin did.
Oh. Mm.
So he went. He's like, you know what? It's so simple, Tony. He put some water in the vase. I think they wanted water in the vase, and the sensor for the prism goes off. Yes, they
That's
answered.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's fucking
that's what they. I guess
crazy.
that's what they wanted. They wanted some water in the vase. I'm sure they wanted flowers, but we didn't have any. But
Oh yeah, no.
that night, I did leave a piece of some Mexican sweetbread.
And
Yeah, as an offering, like that's what I was talking about, like as an offering. to bring them out, give them more confidence to be able to speak with you and to trust you. This specific spirit did remember me. I asked her, I'm like, do you remember that I was here last time? It took a minute. And like, do you remember me? And it finally went off, yes, on the prism. Yeah, I was like, it took a minute though.
Yeah.
But it's that. I think they do get nervous. I mean, come on, they're talking to people who they don't know. I'm sure they've, have heard people how they speak and how they interact, and maybe they get scared. Like, I'm sure someone that they've overheard someone talk might have said something bad, and maybe like, oh, like don't like them. I don't know. It could be a big possibility, but they're scared, and I can understand. They're probably trying to figure out what happened to them. They're confused. They don't know, and they're just like, there's some motherfucker right here trying to talk to me. Like, I don't know you, so I'm sure that they would feel scared and nervous.
Yeah.
They do. They react the way we do.
No, yeah, you're definitely right. Because remember, at the end of the day, they're still just people, and I don't think they know what year it is or what happens to them, or if they're even aware. So they see like again a random stranger like trying to talk to them, and it's like it's been years since someone tried to talk to me. What's up with the deal here? You know, because even I'll be asking those type of questions too. But like, what's the situation here? Why is this guy trying to talk to me? Maybe I'm not even in the mood to talk, but it is definitely like a good what do you call it? Like interpretation of the situation.
Yeah.
But
I do feel that when we're talking about the hierarchy of spirits and how they go, and one occasion it was starting to look like one spirit was trying to shut the other one up at some point, because there was that part one that I did in Ojai, and I was getting good responses after like 20 minutes, because it took a minute. Like, this kid was too scared to talk, and that's okay. But finally she was responding, and then at some point it started getting negative. I don't think it was her. I think somebody else jumped into the conversation, pushed her out, and just was like, because they started threatening me. I started getting like a lot of like negative words on my screen, and I'm like, that's for me. I should leave. And then that's when I had that pebble thrown. Maybe it was her too, because she's known for that. But I don't know. I went off. Maybe it wasn't her. And just because maybe based off of what I've read on reports that people that went through the same thing, pulling towards her. But we could be dead wrong. But as far as like the evidence that I've captured that that night, like it points to her. Maybe she got mad. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe she got really upset that I was communicating with her. And what's up, Chris? Welcome. And wanted me to leave, because that's what started to happen. She started threatening me at the end.
That's some crazy shit.
Ophelia was in the truck. She was in the truck waiting, and then she heard the necrometer go off, and it said dark entity.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, and then it said, look up. And I'm like, no, dude, I grabbed all my gear. I had to keep going back and forth. I had to grab all my shit and just throw into the truck. I had no time to like organize.
Yeah.
And because I had made the most fatal error, taking my truck inside when I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Because then when I was getting off, it was pitch black. Dude, man. Well, I crashed. I hit a tree. That's what happened. And excuse me. And I knew right then and there that no way.
No.
I cannot go in there again until the second time we parked the truck on a designated spot.
Yeah.
And then me and my cousin Luis and Ofelia was supposed to go, and she didn't. So she just stayed in the truck.
Yeah.
But she also said she fucked up because it was pitch black. I left her. Well, even with the light on, the windows are black.
Yeah, you can't see.
I can see where it's also eerie and creepy.
Yeah.
So
no, that's definitely true.
But we got good content out of it, and it was worth it. Sure, Did we didn't get any peekaboo ghosts, No, but we were able to pick up a voice, a solid one, and we were the first ones to actually do it.
Right.
There is no other footage with that clear of a voice saying hi.
Right.
Dead ass. And you and I were the first ones to get proof of kids crying.
Yeah.
For Bardsdale. We were the first ones to do it. So
right. See, that's amazing. It was a good run. It was a good first run out for me.
First run, exactly.
Yeah.
But so now that there's other places that I want to, but I can't. We're not allowed in there, and that's a big risk. Like.
Yeah.
And then there's one place here in Camarillo called the Scary Dairy, but it's too burned out.
Really?
It's way too burned out. People go there at night all the time, and I'm like, someone said like, I should go, and I'm like, I've been there twice, and and there's footage. There's people that go and have communicated in the day. There is no footage of people going at night. Could I do it? Sure, but here's the problem. The police actually post out there.
Oh, so they do patrols.
Yeah. So the way that I need to do this is someone takes me, drops me off, and picks me up when I'm ready. The hike up to that place is maybe 15, 20-minute walk.
Oh, okay. So we won't have
alone.
Just to get it.
Yeah. Just walking.
Yeah.
Dude, like
that'd be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll be worth it. To be honest, I don't feel like it would be, and it's just too burned out. And I mean, I've been one of those people who's gone there at night in the dead of night.
Yeah.
And people show up in the dead of night. Like one of my little brothers just went too, and cops are outside waiting for them.
Right. So
it still continues that they're patrolling that area. Like when we got caught. They weren't mad. They were like, "We get it. You guys want to find out? We get it. You guys just cannot be here. You can just come in and during the day, but just go." They're not trying to book anybody. They're just like, "We get it. Like, you're curious.
You're curious. You want to get some evidence. Like,
yeah, exactly. Just
but
they want a good scare.
Yeah,
but that one was cool, and apparently the one that let my brother go was too.
Yeah,
so that's a good thing. But there's a lot of dark stuff about that place, though, like evil. Like if I want to say we want to go somewhere local and find somewhere where it could have been evil, there would be it. Because I've walked in there during the day.
Yeah.
And because you have a light all over the hallways, so you can walk in, whatever.
Yeah.
We have seen burned cards. Cards, specifically cards. And but because they're in the shape of the cards, they're just pieces, and I'm like, people were burning something, using something.
But why?
And
why the cards? Is that part of the history there? Like to burn cards and then?
I don't know. They're just no. Well, I mean, people tagged up this place over the years, just to do stupid shit.
Yeah.
But that time that we went, we went into one of the rooms. I guess it's a room, and there was just like a burned middle with like burned cards. So that was weird. And but I'll tell you this, I do remember I did get a negative feeling in there.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's what made me want to leave. And I was like, I think that's why we left, because I didn't feel good.
Yeah. You felt kind of uneasy and stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't feel right.
Right. I know in Vegas they have like a haunted place too as well, and they do tours down there. But like there are like instances where like someone got possessed and then started attacking people, and I was like, can it really be that like powerful down there? And
Zach Bagans owns it.
Oh, okay, that's the place.
That's it.
So I was like,
that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to go try that out. At least be like, no, it's
Ophelia did.
Not
Ophelia went there.
Why?
She did. She did it. She went in there, and I saw a video on that place when Zach had bought it, and he wasn't aware that it was haunted. He just bought the location because he was going to create his museum there. Well, there were construction workers were quitting on him, and they all were explaining that there was something going on. And
Okay, I don't know.
so he made an actual episode of it where he launched an emergency investigation because construction teams were quitting,
Mm.
and they're like, and they
Yeah.
needed to figure out because they're wasting time. Like okay,
Yeah.
like it's not being fixed because of what's happening here. Like I want to know, and they got footage,
That's amazing.
dark dark forces in that place. But that's what makes that more interesting. It's a
Yeah.
it's a it's a museum with haunted relics, and it's also haunted itself. So that's what brings more of the attraction.
Hmm. That's crazy though. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Operator did tell me when she was walking through that there's a doll,
Mm.
but they have a spirit box set to you to be able to communicate.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's cool that they get people like to interact in there somewhat. That's cool,
Right? Yeah. But
Uh,
no, definitely. But I think like in
yeah,
again in the future, like I'll definitely look for spots and then see if we can reach out to the property owner and be
cool.
like, hey, we would like to take a look at this place and
Yeah,
see what's it about and stuff like that, and just
I
just
agree.
have an open mind about it. Because still, I would like to catch like some form of
Yeah,
evidence or at least experience something and be like, yeah, either I'm doing this again or
yeah,
yeah, I probably will stop here,
yeah.
but at least we caught something cool,
Hopefully, we get something that'll make us jump.
right?
Like
Okay.
something will crash in the back, and I'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, and
okay.
it would just run out the door. That'd
Right?
be it. That'll be the content. I
That
think,
will
and
be.
you know what? I I hate those fake haunted houses, the
Oh,
attraction ones.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hate it. But if you say, "Hey, we're gonna go into a cave," I'll go.
Right. Let's go in the cave, I guess.
You know, like,
Yeah,
hey,
no.
let's go to this maybe haunted demonic place. All right,
Cool.
let's
Take a look
go.
at it.
Let's take a look. But I will not go to those spooky houses. I can't do it. I don't like people jumping at me. But
Yeah,
for some
yeah, no.
reason, I'll deal with the real shit. I don't know why. Each
I'm
his
the
own.
opposite.
Each his
Right.
own, I guess. People want to get a different scare on their part. But cool, man. Yeah, dude. But we'll plan it out. We'll talk about it and then make that trip out to Rancho, and then we'll do something, and then hopefully I'll have upgraded gear, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, no, definitely, man, definitely. Well, this has been a
Yeah,
great talk, dude. Looking forward to
yeah,
the next
man.
one. Just let me know when you'll
No
be out
worries,
here, and
bro.
definitely plan it.
Yeah, sounds
Cool.
good, man. Well, then have a good
Awesome.
night, bro. Tell Cindy good
Yeah.
night.
Definitely,
All right,
man.
bro.
Tell Phil I said good night as
All
well.
right, man. I will. Take care.
Cool. You too, man.
All right,
Later.